Driving an electric car. In this topic, we will go over tips, tactics, and differences in driving an electric car. Driving an electric vehicle is very similar to driving an automatic car, except it is much more fun. Since we mentioned in previous chapter that electric motor does not need a transmission, that means that electric vehicles have only two pedals, throttle and a brake. Shifting gear has only four options: reverse, park, neutral, and drive, and just two gears. One for forward and one for backwards driving. It seems very simple from this perspective, but there is much more behind it. First of all, safety. Electric cars are very silent, and as a driver, we must be very vigilant with passengers and cyclists because they are not used to electric car and they often will not hear or notice it. Now let's move to a real driving. Electric vehicles work differently than internal combustion engine vehicles. In latter, if you press down the throttle, you spend fuel, and that fuel was transformed in kinetic and inner energy, and it is gone. It is a different story with electric vehicles. When we press the throttle, we spend the stored power from our batteries to power the electric motor. But when we are braking or the electric motor is slowing down, electric vehicle uses that energy and transforms it back into a stored power in EV battery pack. This is called regenerative braking or recuperating. The basic idea of regenerative braking is recovering of kinetic energy during braking. In conventional vehicles, the kinetic energy during braking is transformed into heat and is lost for our purpose in the environment. Hybrid and electric vehicles are different. Those vehicles can use the electric motor to recuperate at least a portion of kinetic energy for reuse. Operational process of regenerative braking. When a driver steps on a brake, electric motor switches to generator mode and the wheels transform kinetic energy via generator to a drivetrain. Through rotation, generator converts portion of kinetic energy into electric energy, which is stored in high voltage battery. The generative braking torque of the electric motor, which is the result of energy generation, decelerates the vehicle. You must know that at very low speed, electric motor can no longer supply energy from braking and friction, normal brake, is activated. What are the things that impact electric vehicle range? Outside temperature. Electric vehicle has less range in cold weather. As an electric vehicle driver, we should be aware that cooling and heating decreases vehicle's range. That is why it is recommended that we preheat or pre-cool such a vehicle while we are still plugged on a charging station. Driving style. If we want to be an efficient electric vehicle driver, we should be mindful of fast accelerations. The car will run out of energy much faster if we are doing rapid accelerations all the time. A lot of battery energy can be spared and regenerated if we are able to predict when we will stop in traffic so that we can use regenerative braking as best as possible. Environment. As with every vehicle, electric cars will use much more energy driving uphill, but unlike internal combustion engine cars, electric vehicle will regain some of this energy while driving down the slope. City driving and high-speed highway driving are also more demanding for the battery, as is cruising through the neighborhood. Ideal driving conditions are during spring or autumn, with as little ups and downs as possible and with driving speed of around 70 km per hour. Facts. Electric vehicles have instant torque. Instant acceleration that you experience with every electric vehicle cannot compare to any other car. Cheap and overnight charging. free parking spaces close to the charging stations. Silent, smooth, enjoyable, and calm driving. State incentives for purchasing and registering an electric vehicle. Test your knowledge. What doesn't hinder electric vehicle driving range? A. Steep road. B. Rush hour traffic. C. Snowy winter. D. Vehicle charged on DC charging station. E. Constantly enjoying rapid accelerations. State at least 2 things that benefit to a better driving experience in an electric vehicle. What brings to mind term energy regeneration? Describe how it works if you are advanced.